What the heck?
What's
okay,
up, guys?
So that was an interesting break. We are back here with the Kung Fu Cup qualifiers for Korea, the second one, of course, here on Esports Heaven. We are right now getting ready to have our next series, which will be an amazing one. 2 GNAP players.
Yeah, man.
Q vs Rogue.
That's it.
But first off, that's
What's
not
up?
even important at this point, because you look so weird.
I look really different. I like,
Oh my god, I'm scared right now.
people complaining. And,
You look handsome.
Thank
almost. Damn.
Thank you.
That's
Almost
nice.
like you.
Nice.
But I did say like a while back, like, you know, if we had 4K on stream, like, I'm gonna do it. And
Oh yeah, actually, if you guys who didn't follow
I'm a man
that,
of I'm a man of my word, really.
That's true, because we almost made like a better sorts, and you said, okay, so if we reach 4K on stream, I think it was during the European qualifier,
that's it.
you'd shave off your interesting stash, so to say. And well, it did go. You stand for your word.
Like 70s adult movie.
Star, yeah. It was an interesting moustache, so to say, but it's gone. It's all gone.
Like really sloppy. I think I probably missed a spot or two. But
it's all ogre now.
It is. I hope you guys, though, have been so far enjoying all of these games. They've been absolutely outstanding. We've had some sick, like, PVTs. A lot of PVTs, really. But they've just been absolutely outstanding. And then Sora making it quite a deep run, man. Like, facing Hyun, though. And Hyun playing really well, managing to take him down. But it was not easy. He really had to work for it.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and of course we're gonna have Departure versus Boom Boom coming up soon. We're probably not casting that one, but the winner between those two is going to face Hyun in the next semifinals. So we're right now in the semifinal of the bracket, or rather the round of 4. So the winners will be going on and qualify right away, as we have 3
the first
qualifiers.
winner of this.
Yes.
And then the loser, whoever drops this map, or I mean drops this series.
Yeah, we're still in the first game.
It's a best of 3.
Yeah, you better take it calm.
Getting a bit too excited.
Yeah.
But look, so whoever drops this series will be dropping down to play the 3rd place match, and then the winner of that in turn advances, because we have 3 advancing from each qualifier. But guys, let us just jump into our first game of the set. We have him here, the Red Zerg, playing for Jin Air Green Wings. He is Rogue. And his opponent, the Blue Terran, also on Jin Air Green Wings, man, Cure. That's who he is, and he is not to be underestimated.
And well, Rogue! Oh my god, I've been waiting to cast this guy for ages. Very, very interesting player. He's the kind of player who you'd call inconsistent on a seasonal basis. He's the kind of guy who will reach up, go into the Codes, clean everyone out,
like rips through like some of
just
the best
rips through,
guys.
gets eliminated in like the round of 8, round of 4, something, and then he comes back next season, doesn't barely goes anywhere. He just gets eliminated right away.
Gets taken down like rounds of 16.
Yeah, round of 32.
Yeah, even that far.
Wait, I think it's round of 32 in Codes, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
Now Cure probably going to be for that rack. It goes into racks. No gas taken yet. 12-12.
Yeah, so looks like a standard.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be.
So okay, Rogue, as I said, very, very. His skill goes up and down quite a bit, but it's often static during a long time. So what he does is, instead of constantly improving, he will go like really up and then go down for some time. But his styles can really change. He knows most of the builds he can do, most of the styles. He knows about every single matchup. He's done really well in ZVC lately. His ZVP looking strong. I haven't seen a ZVT now for a few weeks. I'm gonna have to see how well he does against Cure, because Cure, I mean, what to say about this guy?
He's a TVZ beast.
He's
like,
so scary.
Actually, Cure's good in every single matchup.
Cure's just overall solid.
Yeah, he's an extremely solid player. Has excellent multitasking. Really likes playing, drop heavy styles. Like, so, when you go for the double drop in the main, double drop in the 3rd at the same time.
Oh dear,
that's
so difficult to deal with.
Yeah, on a map like this, by the way, I think it's really interesting. As Zerg, you have the gold base, and then you have this base that is actually towards the Terran. How do you make that decision? Like, how does it change the sort of dynamic that you work with things? Because Terran drops, of course, just so powerful, and if you expand toward him, like he'll have even more ease of access towards you.
It is a difficult call often, because if you go for the gold base, you're going to run and dry quicker, and it's very easy to run by. While if you expand towards your opponent, crease spread won't be there as quickly. And, well, you know, Terran is very close to your base. But we right now see Cure coming in here, looking to kill a drone or two. He does almost kill one, but Rogue, with some really good micro, is going to keep his drone alive for now with Extractor Trick. I have to say, by the way, Rogue didn't make it through yesterday's qualifier. A bit of an upset, I feel, almost. But
I was expecting him to make it really far, you know?
Yeah, I think it was quite... he was eliminated quite early. We didn't catch any games with him. I think he got, like, halfway through bracket or a bit
into
more.
the rounds of 16.
I think round of 16 or round of 8.
Yeah, because we've had a lot of sign-ups here to this, and we've had 2 rounds of 64, and almost every single spot filled. So we're very happy with that. Oh, man, loses that Reaper.
That's not too nice.
No, like, you know, when you go up to these 2, it slows down your factory quite a bit, and you really want to, you know, make sure you can maybe get a few extra units, kill a few lings, etc., etc. So a bit sloppy there from Q.
That's quite sloppy. Of course, especially on this map, it's a very interesting map when it comes to Reapers, etc. How he can get into the main base right away through kind of back door position almost, which Rogue is right now guarding with some lings. Cure, though, I have to say, you know, he goes into a very, very standard style, you know, something we've seen for ages now, since the early stages of Hot and Swarm, even earlier than that. We see a Reaper opener coming out here, the factory to follow up, and then a quick third. So we're not going to see that early Hellbat play, we're not going to see that early Banshee play that we do see so often nowadays in TVC.
No, it doesn't look like it. Cure, though, man. Going up to those 3 command centers, and that was going to give him a pretty good economy. Rogue, though, he's got a lot of Zerglings streaming across the map here.
Now that's a lot of lings, and he went up to 24 right now, so...
Oh, Cure, man, he doesn't got those depots up. These Zerglings actually getting good surface area on his units.
Yeah, this is a very interesting kind of Zergling push the Rogue is doing, and it's not all in whatsoever. He's trying to go for drones behind this, and it does get cleaned up, doesn't kill too much.
Hellion good unit, whoa.
Whoa, wait. Oh wow! How many links did he make behind that way?
24, I think. 30.
Oh, I thought he made 16. Okay.
Oh no, you made a lot of links.
Oh, never mind then. I was actually not paying attention to the link count, but wow. Okay, that was a quick game.
Yeah, very quick. Man,
I saw him taking a second gas. I was like, okay, he's just gonna go straight into either go to for like a 2-base lair,
2-base muto.
Exactly, or he's going to go into just like a really quick bane nest with a follow-up roach warren.
Yeah, but no, he just went pure link because like he was getting some good surface area, but then a few additional Hellions popped, man, and they just completely fried all.
Yeah, he didn't get any kills with that whatsoever.
That's well, I'm a bit surprised, really, but
yeah, that was a very quick play, right? But you know, they're going at it again.
It is, of course, a best of 3. To any of you guys tuning in, we are now in the rounds of 4, and it is currently Rogue facing his teammate Cure.
And, well, they do know each other very well, most likely. Probably practice quite a bit together.
I'd be surprised if they hadn't, really.
I'd be very surprised if they didn't.
Yeah, but you know what? Let's jump right into it. So, here he is, the Red Zerg, spawning in the southern location here on Varney Research Station. Man, that was such a weird first game. Well, will he be able to swing things back? We'll have to see. He is Rogue. And his opponent, the Blue Terran, also playing for GNA Green Wings. He is Cure. And, you know, Varney. What are your thoughts on this map? Because, you know, like we've talked about this, we have this big area like to the right hand side, like good for drops, but it's equally as good for 2-base muta, right?
It is a very interesting map, at least, for 2-base muta, because you shut down the drops, you shut down the Hellion Banshee play, etc.
Don't you, like, if they go for that kind of drop play, you know, don't the mutas, like, come out right as the drop sort of comes towards you, and you can intercept it?
Kinda. The drops can hit earlier than the muted come out, but if you go for something like a 2 medevacs full unit, you want to make a big hit right away, kill the natural base, and then just get out. Then absolutely the mutas should catch you. Of course, nowadays Terrans have gotten really good at scouting whether you're going for 2-base mute or not. They've gotten really good.
Oh yeah, you know, as we saw in the European qualifier,
Bunny.
Yeah, Liquid Bunny, man. He was playing. Who was it again?
Ooh, that's who was it again? A Kane?
Petraeus.
Yeah, Petraeus.
He was playing Petraeus on this exact map, right? And with the spawning locations reversed.
Of course, Kane plays on NA. I keep thinking him as a European player.
Yeah, and so what he did, right, was he was going into this 2-base muta style, and he came into the natural of Bunny and harassed, got a couple of SCV kills, but Bunny managed to get a scout off, saw the quick double gas in the natural, and realized, wait a second, you're going 2-base muta. So he just went fairly marine heavy and just moved across the map, and as the Marines arrived, Petraeus just GG'd.
Oh yeah, there was nothing you can do there. When you go for like almost pure marine against someone who doesn't even have baning speed, virtually no banings. It was more like
I
2.
think Bunny had like +1 stem.
It hits a very nice timing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Almost like you hit against the pro runs.
It was like the best anti-timing out of Bunny. So maybe we'll see Cure pull something like that if Rogue decides to go for that 2-base muta style.
If he does, we're going to see. Right now it's a bit too early to tell, but first 6 links come out, so very safe amount. He does really respect Cures' micro, you can tell by the fact that he does get 6. We're going to see the first drone here gets a bit injured, but you can see really if it's a good zone by how late he can make his force and still, still keep his drone, really.
Like how Cuddy's closing it, yeah.
Yeah, and look at this, microing back individual links, exactly how you're supposed to do it. Really beautiful execution by Rogue.
Well, nice,
just buying
keep it
time.
alive.
The thing is, when you get your queens out, that's when you should not take any more damage. Look at this, keeps almost every Zugling alive. Of course, the last one is a bit difficult to keep have alive.
Yeah, my man, Rogue, really nice micro so far. Queen is going to come out and help a lot, of course. Double Reaper. Third one is going to be finishing up his shortly for Cure, so he's going to a total of 3. And, now he's adding in his factory. Got the reactor on the way, so we'll, of course, make that, standard transition. Even lets Rogue see the 3rd command center. From this position, though, as Rogue, do you have any opportunity to go, let's say, for like a Roach Bane bust?
Well, the Roach Bane bust is something that we have seen from time to time. I wouldn't say it's going to be much stronger than it would be if you see someone open like Banshee, for instance. But, well, I mean, you could technically. I would, though, prefer seeing Rogue go for a decently timed 3rd base, which should actually be going down now. So it's a bit late, but that's because he wants to crank out a few extra drones and be safe. He's not going to take any damage on his links to protect this 3rd. But what I would love to see, you know how we've seen no Evos for some time and a Bane Nest to defend against like Hellions and Hellbats.
Yeah, that's true. Like we've seen it as sort of a trend. Like either like
it's
go
a safe
for,
way to play it.
Yeah, but like either we've seen them go for like really quick upgrades or just kind of slowing that down a bit.
Because what happens right now is if Rogue quite quickly throws down that double Evo, you can absolutely see him going for his 1-1 and get that in a very, very nice manner. Cure is going to have a hard time, hitting those upgrade timings that we do talk a lot about with Terrans nowadays.
Yeah, man. By the way, good thing here, retain those Reapers, and now you can see like they add a lot of extra DPS to when you do these little pokes like this. You need to be careful with these queens. Actually, one of them getting fairly low. No transfuses available here for Rogue.
He has 4 queens in total, so one of these is his main base queen. Would like to see another one, and there we go. It is started, so he delayed that quite a bit, but he's still going to be okay. It all depends on Cures' micro right now. Of course, Rogue cannot let himself get caught off guard, but I love this. Look at how good these players are. Rogue tries to go away with his links to catch these 2 Hellions, and Cure knows that because there was a lack of links.
You're just dancing around there.
Yeah, he dances around, and he even knows there's going to be an Overlord here, so he fakes to the right. I mean,
so sick.
The level of these 2 players is just staggering.
Yeah, Cure and Rogue, of course. Top GSL players, man. And it's really showing nice. Gets a volley there on top of the links. Sends in a Reaper here on a sacrificial mission to go for a scout. Doesn't really catch too much information except that he's mining some gas.
And, well, the 1-1 from Rogue is actually quite a bit earlier than the 1-1 of Cures, which that's
actually a very fast 1-1. Starts 1-1 before the lair.
Yeah, I mean, you usually do that when you know there's no pressure towards you.
Ah, yeah, that makes sense, right.
Because you don't need those meters before the upgrades. And, I mean, right now, why need baiting speed? Because you know Cure is dumping so many minerals into this 3rd base.
And then also, I guess Rogue also felt a bit comfortable versus the Reapers and Hellions, because he had those queens and stuff. So, yeah, well, that's going to work out really nice for him. Get those quick upgrades, and I guess if you can retain a sort of upgrade lead, you know, over Terran as Zerg, whenever you take those fights, you'll just find they're so much more cost effective. Also, Macro-Hatch going down here for Rogue. I really like the addition of this, because, you know, we see this problem very often where Zergs just don't have enough lava to spend all that money on the 3-base economy that they run off.
If you know you can get away with it, it's a very smart choice to get that macro hatch. As you say, you're going to have a fantastic economy to spend this with, especially with the 4th base now going down. Very nicely timed 4th base. It's not too greedy, actually, as one might think, because he's going to have Lings coming out now. And with Baiting Speed on the way, 1-1 finishing up, his 2-2 should follow right after that, and Spy on the way. Rogue has the perfect... This is like a textbook macro setup coming out from Rogue.
I'm really liking it, and you know, Cure as well. He's pretty much these guys showing so much respect, so much patience with one another, and 1-1. You know, he's going to finish up with Cure. He's got the armory timed out as well to be able to kick in 2-2 right away. These Marines need to be a little careful, not get caught out, but there are medevacs here, of course. So Cure, of course, does have the mobility of them. Overlord speed has been researched. 1-1 finished up here for Rogue.
And, well, Rogue right now, he's going to try to trap this army, of course, without Mutas. You can just pick up and leave. We're going to see him, we're going to see Cure do that. And, of course, Rogue can't really run into those Hellions because, well, you don't want to lose way too many Lings to just a handful of Hellions. Baiting Speed, though, about to finish up. That's going to be very difficult to push against.
Oh, yeah. But one thing, though, no combat shield right now for Cure.
Did it for... Whoa!
He's not researching right now. I think he's forgotten about Cure.
Did Cure forget combat shield?
One of the most important upgrades in fighting Ling Bane.
Oh, by the way, also nothing good for Cure here. You can see like a good 3-4 Overlords scouting the drop before he even has to deal with it.
This is painful.
At the same time, oh wow.
Whoa, big detonation there on top of those Marines, and still look at them, how they're just so soft skins. They're soft skinned. The Hellbat's helping out a little bit. They do actually buff it quite well, because a single Hellbat takes 4 Banelings to die from, you know. So like, if you split your Hellbats perfectly, the Zerg will have to commit a lot of Banelings into that, which of course is a lot of gas. Cure now trying to sort of push back this creep spread, but still the lack of combat shield, man, they're finally researching it. Would have been like detrimental to any sort of success that he's trying to find here in this second match.
Alright, well, we're going to see if how much damage he can make happen here in the natural, because he's going to have a few Winter Mines, and these Marines dropping down. A lot of Banes do get killed, but does get the medevac at the same time. Right now, the Rogue going for the counterattack. Remember, Cure's done a very good job with his army supply. We see right now Rogue at 83 workers, so Rogue really went into those workers. His economy is going to just boom here, but, well, he needs to get that gas first of all, really get his mutant number up above that, you know, 20, and he needs now to just mass out his army, because Cure has a very scary army at this point.
Like, when 2-2 finishes up here, Cure is going to go for blood.
Although, 2-2 for Rogue will finish earlier, and we should see an infestation pit finish at any point now.
Can Rogue maybe hit a timing with 2-2 over 1-1? Or would that be way too risky to pull off?
Yeah, the thing is, it's a good thought, but that would be if Cure was really greedy and getting a 4th base.
I guess like the dynamic isn't really the same, you know, in this matchup as it is with like Terran versus Protoss. Like, for example,
the thing is, if Cure was really like greedy and being defensive, then sure, but like Cure right now is still on 3 bases against 4, so he must do damage. If Rogue cleans this up, that is a huge step forward for him.
Yeah, but you know, now we see Cure pushing on forward, is starting to clean out some of that creep. Combat shield finally done here. Good number of Banelings, and needs to be careful. The splitting has to be very good. Whoa, good there. Denying some of that damage, but the Widow Mine hurting a lot of these medevacs. Mutalisks do swing in towards the 3rd base, knocking down some of those medevacs, and also going to go to town here on this mineral line, so that's going to force Cure to return back home, buying further time here for Rogue to, you know, get a better army, really, and get more Banelings.
This is exactly how you should deal with the Terran who's pushing ahead and has a big army. You send constant units for counterattacks, and often you save a lot of Banelings at home and use Lings and Mutas as counterattacks. Sometimes even use small amounts of Banelings to kill a vast majority of the base's economy. But Rogue right now, he feels he's safe enough now to go into what is that? The Hive, that is. Not the La, that was a while ago.
Yeah, that man, like, getting in the lane now at 16 minutes. Not really an orthodox Zerg play. Nice there, does deny the Lings from coming up into the main, but still, Link's gonna be able to... No, never mind. Oh, wait, with the Mutalistic support, they'll be able to clean up these Marines. And Cure... I mean, look at this. Rogue is just keeping him back for so long, and the borrow of the Zerglings. Really nice cute moves here coming out of Rogue, man. He's playing a really nice TVZ here on Vanya Research Station.
Oh, drilling
whoa,
close.
whoa, whoa. 4 mines. Well, that could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, drilling close, though, with mine drops is going to be very difficult to deal with. Look at how quick, though, he pulls away. Rogue right now doing a good job. He's going to force a scan here. He's trying at least, but Cure's not using that scan. I feel it would be worth it.
Yeah, definitely, because, you know, like, when he moves out, he's just going to borrow those Zerglings down. That's going to be very painful for Cure here. But engagement in the middle of the map. Lots of Banelings. Actually, that's a humongous number of them. The splitting it from Cure is fairly decent, and the trade here isn't actually effective at all for Rogue, I have to say.
No, not really, but the thing is, Rogue has a really big bank, so what he does is he annihilates the entire force of Cure, trading incost effectively, but that means that right now he can attack from behind. He does get third! Oh my god, Rogue is everywhere!
Man, that was a brilliant move. So, like, that was, I thought that was, you know, really bad there for Rogue, but killing the third base, cleaning out the SCVs, killing the army, that's a trade you definitely want to be taking, and that's just going to force a GG, and that means Rogue is going to tie up this series versus his teammate in a very intense TVZ, man.
Oh wow, he was everywhere. I even missed that he was focusing down the third base at the same
that
time.
That was really good.
That was really sneaky. He was everywhere at the same time.
I think those borrowed links with a 2-2 also really helped out to bring down the command center quickly.
Oh, absolutely.
So really nicely played there by Rogue, guys.
And behind it, you know, he was getting that hive, and he was setting up for that 3-3 adrenal glands onto his cannon.
It was just like, you know, he's preparing for the late game. He had all the setup he wanted. I was like, yeah, well, you know, I can do some damage, and if I lose all these units, like the lings, I mean, not the biggest a deal. So, but they, like, by far exceeded expectations.
Absolutely. And the thing is, we sometimes see Zergs do this. It's more of a Korean thing than really something you see in
Koreans, though.
True. The thing is, what you do is you morph a bunch of banelings. We actually missed the big morph, but you know, you morph a massive amount of banelings, and you just go for this big burst. You kill the entire army, and although it's not cost effective, well, you force the entire army to just evaporate, and it's going to take time to replenish.
Yeah, exactly. The Terran doesn't have time like the Zerg does in the same way to replenish. But you know what, guys? We are going to be jumping here right into the final game between these two players, and it is my honor to introduce to you our first player, the Red Zerg, spawning here in the top right on Overgrowth. He is playing for GNA Green Wings, and he is Rogue.
And his opponent, in the bottom left-hand side, playing for the same team as his opponent, is going to be none other than the blue Terran known as Cure.
Yeah, man. Top class players. This is an online cup, and you know, I have such a hard time believing it, because these guys, man, all of these players that we've had in these qualifiers, just absolute beasts.
I just want to point out as well, the game we just saw on Vanny, like all the details, especially how
the Hellion move there,
the Hellion move, it's to the point where Cure,
it just blows my brain.
Rogue realizes that he's not going to be able to attack the Hellions of Cure, so he sends his Zerglings to pick off the incoming Hellions. Cure realizes right away there are no Lings there, and he starts faking with an Overlord he can't see himself, but he knows it's there, to make sure he can join his own Hellions together with the fray. It is quite extraordinary. Something that I would just want to point out, by the way, these moves, you know, it's very hard to keep up with these guys because of the fact that, you know, these big baning morphs and everything, you get so stuck in the details of everything they're doing. So these kind of big moves is even hard for us to keep track of.
I think it's sort of, you know, gets lost in all of these things going on.
Oh yeah. And I mean, we watch so many TVCs, but this is such high pace. Everything's going down. And think for the other player. Think for Cure. How is he going to see this? Everything is going down so quickly.
Because like he has to think about, you know, the macro. He has to think about, you know, all the decisions.
He was triple dropping Widow Mines at the same time.
Yeah, like, he was all over the place, man. So like, Cure, man, playing really quickly, doing so many things in one go. But these guys, you know, clearly showing at what level of play they truly are. They definitely deserve, you know, to be called world-class players.
I think actually, if someone made a list of the top Zergs and Terrans, these two have to be in it. I'm not like top 3, but they have to be in.
They have to be like top 5, at least top 10.
Like between top 5 and top 10, yeah. Absolutely. You cannot argue anything else.
Being top 10 Terran or Zerg in the world, man, it's still a title that's a lot of prestige to it.
Absolutely. I mean, Cure has been doing exceedingly well the previous, what is it, like 6 months or so? Rogue has been a bit up and down, but he's just been phenomenal lately. It's been a bit difficult for him to stand out as a Zerg player, you know, thinking of Dark, who just came out of nowhere. I mean, we saw him in DSL, but he, you know, he had a hard time really keeping up against the others, but Dark just blew up out of nowhere. He had Sue coming in Solar, so many great Zergs. Life, of course, let's not forget Life, and True, but Rogue, you know, he's still managing to stand out. I wouldn't say as good as Life in his TVC, of course, because Life is the best.
Life is a TVC legend.
Yeah.
Like any Terran has to play him, you know, in like a group or something in a tournament. That's like, I'd be extremely nervous.
It's probably the worst that could happen to you.
It's kind of like, you know, Protoss playing Tager. You'd never want to have Tager in your group because he's just a monster in TVP. So good. And I really like the dynamic of that. You know, they have all these players that are sort of specialized in different groups. And like, let's say you'd have this one guy. Let's say Rogue, for instance, right? Very good ZVT. And then we have Life, right? Also like extremely potent in that same matchup. But you know, if these two guys were playing each other in ZVZ, Life, right, with the advantage. Man, I completely lost the thought there.
I don't know, you're talking about Life. He's a very good ZT overall.
I hate when that happens. Like I'm gonna make a really good point and then just like lose it because you're looking.
It does happen.
You're looking at the production tab and the things going on.
Yeah, because I mean, Rogue goes for Roach Warren.
Yeah,
let's not freak out, but let's.
It's a bit quicker than usually, right?
Yeah, it's quite quick. We see a last started as well. And wait, did he? No. Okay,
wait,
I know exactly what this is. This is without speed. So what he's going to do? Actually, I've seen this a lot in the European. So if he does exactly like the European scene does, he's going to go for a massive Roach push here, and of course he should be getting Roach speed as soon as Lav finishes up. I've seen this. Usually this style is played with a delayed Roach Warren, and you just hold on and get a delayed third as well. But he's right now getting a standard third to make sure that Cure does not know it's about to hit him. And now Cure sees it with his watchtower. He sees the roaches are incoming, but he does not have anything ready to defend this one bunker, not going to too much. And here comes the roach speed. We see 2 overlords at a time. Look at the supply right now. See how many overlords he got in like ahead of time?
Oh yeah, like
he can mass roaches by that.
Yeah, man, that's actually very important, of course. Like getting supply block and pulling a build like this, any sort of very pressure-heavy build. If you get blocked, man, that's really gonna. It's pretty much you effectively shut yourself down. But this Banshee from Cure is gonna help out quite a bit, actually. You know, because nothing shoots up here in the army of Rogue.
No, I wish.
Gonna buy some time here for Cure. You know, very valuable time. Gonna give him time to get another Banshee, set up that bunker. So nice little move there.
Oh yeah, and the thing is, Rogue splits his roaches up very nicely, so he makes sure he's not going to take too much damage. Remember though, he didn't show all too many of them. He showed, I think he showed about 8 or so. So Cure doesn't know for sure how many are being produced. Let's see what Cure knows right now. He knows there's a Roach Warren. He knows there are 2 more gases. Okay, so that's what he knows. So he knows just about what kind of build it is, but not specifically. He doesn't know if there's speed behind it or not. He doesn't know exactly how many roaches we're going to see before droning. And the thing is, right now, Rogue is on 40 workers, but he's on 31 roaches. It's all about breaking through here, making sure he kills the SV before they can repair, if they try to repair. Otherwise, just break through the bunkers and kill everything that moves, especially Marauders.
Yeah, we'll have to see now. Will it be possible, though? These bunkers are going to be falling very quickly. The mass repair is going down, but I don't think it's going to be enough here. So many roaches out here for Rogue. He's going to be breaking down the first one in the back with the Marauder in it. The second Marauder here with some cover from these aliens is going to go down in seconds. The second bunker will be falling as well. These Banshees offering some additional firepower, but there's actually nothing he can do with it. The Viking is forced to land. Nothing in the third bunker behind us. And Rogue, man, he's breaking forward, killing a lot of SCVs. Banshees starting to, you know, take their toll, but he's going to be able to break right into the main here of Cure.
Yeah, right now, Rogue started droning a bit, but he realized this is not enough from Cure. He could cancel Stim right now. He could cancel everything, but he goes right for the mineral line. Oh, if he just cancels Stim, that would be absolutely detrimental, but he knows he's on a timer with these banshees, splits up his roaches to kill as many workers as possible in the main base. He's going to try to kill off everything that moves.
Look at the supply. Cure is down to only 35 with Rogue over 125, man. This is absolutely crazy. He's going to take down Cure, and he's going to advance on to qualify into the round of 32.
My God.
Killing his teammate, man. Cure, one of the best Terrans in the world right now. Man, Rogue, this crazy build just catching his opponent completely off guard.
Very beautiful here from Rogue. Cure was just not ready for it. He had 3 bunkers. That's not even close to enough. Triple Banshee, not gonna help you. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Our first qualified player is going to be Jinaz Rogue. Congratulations. And our first solo player to make it through, of course, in the Korean qualifiers.
Yeah, that's true, because we've had, what do we have? We had
Terran Protoss.
Yeah, that was from yesterday. So, man, really good series here between these two guys on the same team, Jene Green Wings. We do have one more of these semi-finals coming out.
We do. So we're going to have one player qualify from that, of course. And then the loser of those two is, of course, going to face Cure.
Yes.
So don't you despair if you do love to see Cure. We're going to see more in just 2 series. So, of course, that's going to be a fantastic one.
Yeah, man. It's going to be absolutely crazy. Now, we're going to take another 3-minute break before we jump into the last semi-final here to determine who will be the second player to qualify and, you know, to join Rogue. So we'll be back in 3 minutes, guys.